Hi, this is the Bratz Boyz Club, and I'm Jesse, and today I have a surprise for you. Um, this Bratz Boy is a Bratz Boy that I wasn't really looking for. Um, However, I kind of bumped into him in the auction website that I'm currently using for my collector's Bratz Boyz dolls purchases now. And I really, really wanted him because Bratz Boys from this collection and her series are very hard to come by, especially in that auction website. So I already have one of them, but I was able to add a second one. And I'm pretty sure that's as far as it's gonna go because I don't think there's more. And if there are, like two more from the collection and her series, because I believe it's four for this collection and her series. Um, I think they're going to be a little overpriced. And if they're not, I don't really think I'm going to be able to afford to get them anytime soon, especially now that I'm completely out of money. But, so, without further ado, I've got Mr. Cameron from the Wildlife Safari collection and or series from 2004. And yes, I'm reading all the information right here in my fan page. Not my fan page, in their fan page. Of course, sorry about that. So here he is in all of his glory and perfection and hotness and sexiness that only the Bratz Boys could ever have. It's Mr. Cameron from Wildlife Safari Collection Dinner Series from 2004. And I believe I uploaded a video already with, I'm thinking it's Cade, because I don't think it's Kobe or any of the other boys, but I think it's Cade. So I think I've got Cade from the Wildlife Safari Collection Dinner Series from 2004 as well. And now, thankfully, I've got Mr. Cameron. And my god, does he look so super sexy. He looks incredible. He looks super sexy, super amazing. And I just love him to death, especially in this specific collection and our series. And of course, the early 2000s, which would be the 2004, were the best of the best of the best of the only best years for the Bratz line from MGA. Because as I've repeated this over and over again in all of my videos, back in the early 2000s, MGA didn't really have anything other than, of course, the Bratz line to spend their money on. After that, mid-2000s, they were going through some financial issues because of some legal battles with the pathetic and defunct Mattel company in the Barbie doll. Whatever that is. That pathetic little toy. So, they were going through some financial situations that were less favorable for their investment with the Bratz line, therefore the Bratz suffered. However, so the early 2000s were the best years for the Bratz boys. Much more for the Bratz girls, which is another topic that I really don't care about because it's the Bratz girls. But there was some money spent, very well spent, for the Bratz boys in the early 2000s, which that would be of 2004. And so here we are. And so today my video is of Mr. Cameron, Wildlife Safari Collection Inner Series from 2004. And of course, I was able to bump into him, like I said, in the auction website that I'm frequenting right now for all of my purchases regarding the collector's Bratz Boyz dolls. And he was one of the few that I was able to bump into in that auction website. I believe I didn't really see any of this collection in our series, for probably the exception of one, which was Cade again, another Cade, in the seller's website I was frequenting earlier this year for my first purchases. But when I saw him, he was there for a little bit, and I was really hesitant to purchase him. He was not really extremely overpriced, but his condition was a little bit questionable, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't make an abrupt purchase, so I waited. And of course, he is not used. He is a collector's item, but some of the things in the box came loose. I believe one of those is the collector's card. Let me get that closer to the camera. The collector's card is loose. The collector's card is supposed to be right here above his head. There is a holder, a cardboard holder, where the card should have been. Now that fell and it's right here instead. That tends to happen a lot with most of these collector's cards inside the boxes of Bratz Boyz. Normal, I've got those already in other boxes as well happening, so it doesn't really matter. Also, when I looked at the box and the photos on the auction website, the sides of the box were opened. So he might have been a little exposed. So you're going to take a look at his hair. It looks like he was exposed. And of course, you're going to see there's a difference in the cardboard that is tilting, forcing his face to be forward. Which you can see that right there. His face is forward at the edge of the plastic. His forehead is actually hitting the plastic of the clear display right now. So, and I should have, when I closed and I sealed the box, when I taped it over before I did that, I should have placed the plastic edges in between the cardboard openings so that it would have held the cardboard to the back of the box, which would be right here instead of where it is right now, which is forward, and that would have been better, but I did not. So here we are. And so I didn't want to do too much touching in there. I mean, maybe more things would fall, so I freaked out, so I just left it the way it was. I just left it the way it was. And so both sides are the same. They look the same, and they were opened in the same way. So you see the cardboard piece is forward, so, and it was both. The little dot tapes were gone, and so I had to retape them. I have a really good tape now that's super clear. Nonetheless, it's just tape, so it's not the tape dots. And so, you know, it looks like it was retaped, which is totally normal and it's fine and it's okay because, well, I can't really do anything. I'm not going to be shopping for the special tapes. Anyway, as long as it's clear, it's perfect for me, and I was happy enough with the purchase anyway when I received them. Of course, the box has a lot of wear and tear, as you can see. It's very sticky. It's got a lot of wear and tear. I do not know where this box has been. It looks like it's been in many weird little places because it's extremely sticky. It's kind of sticky all over the place, especially on the sides right here. On the sides right here is super sticky. So I don't know what happened there. I'm just really glad that because it's the early 2000s, the box was actually very good quality. These tend to be from those years. They are very resistant to most really harsh wear and tear, and you can, if you really try, you will really get to keep them very kind of like still put together. Yes, you will have to add tape, that's a given. Yes, you will have to set this back up the way it was with a plastic in there, and then everything will be fine again. But other than that, everything was perfect. I believe there is also an issue of the keychain or a little necklace that's fallen in there. It's on the floor. Everything mostly is anyway. So there it is. There is some stuff on the floor. I don't think this one has a comb anymore. Let me check. I don't see a comb. It could be somewhere here. It wouldn't shock me if there isn't a comb because it was opened slightly on both sides. So I'm certain that it fell off or something like that, which wouldn't shock me. I mean, of course it's gonna fall off. Fall out, not fall off. Fall off and fall out. So I'm fine with that. I mean, whatever's in there is in there, and I just bought him, and that's perfect. So at this point, I'm just really happy that I was able to find him, and for a reasonable price. Which isn't really reasonable, it's just appreciation over the years for something that was kept almost in mint condition, but not really. As you can see, not really, because there's a lot of wear and tear on the box, a lot of it. However, and of course, the seller was incredible. They send Really great packaging, which was excellent. It was a really large box with lots of bubble wrap with fragile item stickers on outside the box all over. So I just absolutely loved how these collectors keep their Bratz Boys and how they're able to send them to me when I purchase them, and they are incredible. They're amazing. So I'm just really thrilled about the purchase. I loved the purchase, and I loved what I received. I'm totally, totally excited about him. For one thing, like I've mentioned in many of my videos, I am a super fan of Cameron, just like I am of all the other Bratz Boys. They are all a bunch of sexy, sexy, hot studs. They're super gorgeous, and I just could not wait to get my hands on the Wildlife Safari Collection or Series Cameron from 2004. And when I was able to finally, I was freaking out because I was so thrilled. Like I said, these boxes from back in the day, from the early 2000s, they're going to be not just a lot better, durable, sturdier, perfect. They're also going to be with extremely and awesome design. Totally different than what you get now. Definitely, absolutely different than what you get now. And of course you would, because there was more money. So some of these boxes have extremely unique designs for their theme. For example, we've got this one with a little handle that looks really cute and adorable and unique to the theme of the Wildlife Safari Collection and her series. And then of course the decoration of the box is incredible. Everything is sort of kind of reminiscing of jungle or woods or forest-like, kind of like everything wildlife. You've got the cardboard that's green in the background, of course matching his camouflage jacket and everything, and his cargo pants. So everything looks kind of jungle-like, forest-like, kind of woods, kind of like, you know, outsy-doorsy kind of thing. And of course, the cardboard design is the same. It's as incredible as the box itself, and all of the boxes have always been incredible. So you're going to have. Oops, sorry, I just keep pushing this thing. It's going to have a design in the back, which will give you a tiny little bio. It'll give you the Bratz Boyz logo at the top or somewhere at the bottom, and of course the sexy, gorgeous, attractive, and awesome picture of Mr. Cameron from Wild Safari Collection Year Series 2004, which is hot, 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 and amazing. And here he is in all his glory once again. It's got a few little words here. What does it mean? He's got his name on the side, Cameron, and of course, take a walk on the wild side. That's like the introduction to the little bio. It gives you a little bio. It gives you a little bit of a description of what the box has inside, which is a bunch of things, because that is also something that these Bratz Boys came with back in the early 2000s. They were not what you see now at the store with a doll and a couple of little things or nothing. You had a list of accessories in the box that came with a doll. Of course, these were a little bit more expensive, even back in the day, than your regular ordinary Bratz Boy with one or two or three things, because these came with a bunch of accessories in the box. And of course, we've got here the Wildlife Safari name and logo at the top that you can see right there. It's right there. And like I said, all of the design for the boxes back in the early 2000s was in accordance to the collection in our series, so it would look perfect. It would represent the series that you had just purchased. So, let me tilt the box so you can see the top of the box and the Bratz Boy. And here we go. And that is the top of the box for the Wildlife Safari 2004 collection in our series for Mr. Cameron. And like I was telling you, I believe he got a little bit exposed when the sides of the box were opened, because his hair looks a little bit kind of frizzled. It looks a little bit dry, like it's not really on his, it's not really combed perfectly on his head. That's the way I'm seeing it. Other than that, I believe that he is perfect. He's incredible. But of course, that's going to happen if you have a Bratz Boy who happens to be exposed to the environment because the box is opened. So here we go. I'm going to do the tilt here for the bottom of the box, and here we go. I don't really know if there is a year. Let me take a look. I think I'm not seeing anything. I could be wrong. Gosh, this thing goes to sleep always. So here you go. Here's the bottom of the box. The year of retail could be right there. I'm not so sure. You're seeing the picture of Mr. Sexy Hot, Cameron. And then you're seeing the name of the collectioner series, Wildlife Safari. And then, of course, a few more other words. And then the Bratz Boyz logo. And then the MGA logo. So you're seeing everything there. But you see the retail year there. My bad, I made a mistake. So let me know. Drop a comment or a message. But I'm not seeing it. So this is Mr. Cameron from the Wildlife Safari Collectioner series from 2004. And I just absolutely love him. I'm totally in love with him. I know that he's not like most of my other Bratz Boyz because he was a little exposed. I really don't care about that. I know the box has a lot of wear and tear. I've got a couple that have a box like that with things that are no longer there, like combs, the legendary comb that is sometimes now missing because the boxes go opened. But that's fine because I was able to get my hands on him, and pretty much it was the only one available at the time. I haven't seen any more, and I'm just really, really excited I have him as part of my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz that seems to be just growing by the day. So, I am just thrilled. I'm excited. I love him. Like I said before in some of my videos, I've got such a major crush on him and the other Bratz Boyz. I just love them. They are so sexy, so hot, so gorgeous. There is no other doll out there like the Bratz Boyz. All the other dolls are disgusting and gross looking, and they just look just off because they look like human beings. So these guys, that's why I love them so much. They look so hot and sexy and so fit and gorgeous and stunning. There is no doll, and there'll never be any other doll like them because they're the coolest, and they will always be the coolest dolls ever. I am just so thrilled and so in love with my Bratz Boyz, and especially Mr. Cameron. So I was really glad to add him to my ever-growing collection of Bratz Boyz. And so that was it for my video of the Wildlife Safari Collectioner Series Cameron from 2004. I will be adding a couple more of Bratz Boyz in the days to come. Probably at the end of the week I'll have a third. Who knows? You never know. And yeah, where I'm getting my money for all this, I've got no idea. I'm pretty much in debt right now. So we will get to see another one pretty soon. And hopefully you drop by and you get to see him and you get to hear me talk about him over and over again. Same old things. I'm just pretty much excited about my Bratz Boyz, I guess. But so yes, pretty soon I'll have more videos, and hopefully you drop by and you watch them and you enjoy them, and you get to meet my next Bratz Boy to come, because I'll be so totally excited and thrilled to introduce him to you, as I have all the others. So I guess I will pretty much end the video right now, because this has been it for the 2004 Wildlife Safari Cameron that I purchased and added to my collection. And I'm so glad that if you drop by, you were able to be introduced to him. And I guess we'll see you on my next video when I introduce you to another one of my Bratz Boyz that hopefully I will be receiving soon, within this week or the next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you then.